ABS Flight 417 was initially due to land at Apito International Airport in Arwad Bay 3 hours ago, but has been held in nearby airspace after a series of delays. The air crew are growing increasingly impatient, and are just as aware that the aircraft, a DC-9, is getting dangerously low on fuel. Finally, the crew appear to have caught a lucky break. An Air Axiom flight has missed its landing slot, and Flight 417 is now second in line behind an Air Ixiom 747 already beginning its descent. But instead of receiving clearance to enter the glide path, the exhausted crew get a nasty surprise.
AER Flight 302, ABS Flight 417, landing clearance cancelled, abort your landing!
Without warning, Apito Air Traffic Control closes its airspace and calls off all landings, forcing the AER 747 to perform a last-second go-around. All ABS 417 can do is circle idly at the outer marker. Tempers in the cockpit are now reaching boiling point.
This is Flight 417. We've been in holding pattern for hours. We're on emergency fuel. It's too dangerous. I can't give you clearance to land right now. Tell that to my fuel tank. Can't you help us land here?
The explanation from Apito Tower catches them completely off guard.
Emergency alert. All planes, cancel takeoff clearance. All approaching flights, change course immediately. Allied fighters taking off on an emergency mission. All flights be heads up for mid-air collisions.
Yuktobanian fighter aircraft are engaging friendly Osean fighters in the skies directly above the airport. Worse still, disguised transport planes parked at the airport are offloading Yuktobanian tanks and armored vehicles. These tanks are advancing across both of Apito's runways, firing on the airport facilities, creating an impassable hazard for incoming aircraft. In the skies above, Air Force fighters struggle to engage both airborne and ground-based threats. The air traffic controllers remain on duty, but are holding on by a thread.
This is Flight 417. Can't we get permission to land yet? Damn it! Damn those dirty ukes!
The crew of Flight 417 are left with an impossible choice. Attempt to limp to the nearest alternate airport 20 miles away on bingo fuel, or take their chances with an attempted landing at Apito in the middle of a furious battle. The captain makes up both his mind and the first officer's. The race is now on to get the plane on the ground without running out of fuel, and to use as little runway as possible to reduce the chances of striking any of the wrecked tanks strewn around the runway. The plane proceeds down the glide path at a high rate of descent. The aircraft touches down at over 100 knots, out of control. In the skies above, the battle is over. Osean is victorious, but it's too late for the 73 people on board ABS 417. The smoldering wreck of a Uke tank sits directly ahead. There is no averting what's about to happen. The scene that unfolds is one of abject horror.
I must have caught sight of him just at the last millisecond, and he cartwheeled into the tank in just an instant, and then of course there was fire, not a ball of fire, but a wall of fire.